Ready, what you got?
But Coach, did you feel like, starting with the rebounding, did you feel like your team outworked tonight?
Absolutely. It was, and I think that's always the hardest thing to accept when you realize that a team that you just, again, the team I saw play tonight, I haven't seen. When we shot the ball, got a lead, and I thought we were, again, I've said for 3 weeks that we still have to mature, and I still don't think we understand how to play basketball. When you get a lead, we just start settling for, not doing anything as a team. Somebody break, we would run and started losing the ball. Guys just raising up shooting threes as opposed to having a plan for what we tried to do and wanted to do. And defensively, we were awful. I just think that, I've watched us guard teams that run heavy ball screens, and we have done great jobs. We didn't do anything. And I don't think anything on the stat sheet tells that. I think we got to look at it from our preparation practice. I've talked about it, that we're not going to be the team we want to be until we understand how we got to get better every day in practice. And we haven't had the kind of practices that we've needed, especially since coming back from Christmas. And but I also think we don't have guys that's doing their job in terms of playing the role they need to play. And we've got to get guys doing that. But it's a long way to go. It's disappointing because, as you said, we didn't make the effort to win a conference game, and we really didn't deserve it.
Auburn's one of the better offensive boarding teams in the country. Y'all are one of the worst defensive boarding. Is it more disappointing that the focus is probably there going into the game, that's a difference maker in the game, and it still plays out that way? That's
a huge thing, and we said it, and we said every game. We played it against other teams that rebound as well, and we just didn't do it. And we can ask a question, a lot of questions about it, but the mindset is where we got to figure out where we are mentally, because we did, we've gone about our preparation like we always do, but again, we're too inconsistent. Our guard play has been inconsistent. Frontline guys are inconsistent, and we've been able to work through some of that, where some other guys have been able to help. But tonight, again, once we got that lead, I think we acted like, hey, okay, this is going to be easy. And after the game the other night, all we talked about was being mentally tough for 40 minutes, and we weren't. And again, we got guys' egos, I think, that they want to show they can do other things as opposed to doing their job. And that's the problem that where we are right now. Guys not doing what they need to do to help us win, make winning plays.
Rick, I guess all 4 losses this season have been leads of at least 9 points. Kind of what is it about this team that doesn't kind of put somebody your way or kind of collapses pretty quickly? And then also, I think Bonin, again, maybe 4 shots all night. How do you get him to get more active?
Well, again, immaturity. I mean, I can go back. You go back to the Arkansas game. We have an 8-point lead in 24 seconds. We give up 5 points because one guy takes the ball out of bounds and should take it out, and they think, let's say it's my fault. It's okay. It's not. And then you ask about Bowden. You have to ask him that question. I mean, he goes in. I mean, he can tell you tonight if he drove the ball hard and tried to go finish. The referees were on top of the game calling it both ways, and he goes in and throws up a soft shot and looks around like he got fouled, and he didn't. But it goes back to guys understand that we've got to play together. We've got to play with a purpose. And again, it's disappointing because I don't think we listen. I know we don't listen coming out of timeouts, and we've talked about that over and over. But we got, I think we're too casual. I do. And I thought tonight we played like a very casual, immature basketball team. The team is, that really we haven't done anything. Everybody wanted to get excited when we at non-league and all this and all that. And that's why we play 40-some games when you start. We didn't deserve to win this basketball game at all from the beginning. Even when we were making shots, I didn't think when we started the game, not guarding the way we wanted to. Even when we had the lead, it was all fool's gold. I mean, the way we started, we didn't have the defensive intensity we needed. Again, we could have shot a 3 every time down the floor, and And we did pretty much to start with, even when we got the lead. You know, once we start turning the ball over 3 out of 4 times, let them get in the open court. So, again, we're not there as a team, just too immature.
Jordan Bone's production's up the last few games. You like where he's at, and what did Lamonte do tonight to be more productive?
Well, I thought, again, tonight, I didn't think Jordan Bonin played as well tonight as he has the last 2 games, because I didn't think he gave it to us on the defensive end like he needed to. A couple big turnovers at the wrong time, and again, understanding the flow of the game and what needed to happen. But I do think he's getting better. Lamonte, again, he had been rebounding the ball. And he gave up a big offensive rebound tonight. I thought we had it going, and he just turned. But again, I mean, anytime you have a team that's 22 offensive rebounds, you can pick plays here or there. I'm not sure I can say anything good about anybody, to be honest with you, because I just feel like it's a team game, and when you don't play with like it means something to you, it's just disappointing. And that's how, to me, that's how we played tonight. Like it didn't mean anything to us, and that's really disappointing because we haven't done anything.
Rick, when you turn on the tape and look at Auburn,
Yeah.
6'3", 6'5", and 6'7" on their front court, and they get 22 offensive rebounds. What is it that they do? Is it just playing hard every night when you turn on the tape and see what they're doing?
Well, I think one, they shoot the threes and they run them down well. I do think they do that. If they're going to shoot 30 threes, I think that's what they average a game. And the big guys know if they're going to touch it, they're going to have to go get it or run transition. And but I think that they're bouncy, they're active. But I think they make the effort. And we should have 2 or 3 guys doing that. We haven't got it. Our frontline guys, they want to score the ball. They don't want to do the dirty work yet like those guys. They don't have the ball in their hand. And but yeah, I think you got to give those guys. Again, I think you got a team with Auburn right now. Their players understand their roles, what they're going to do. The shooters are going to shoot it. They all can shoot it pretty well. I think they've all shot a 3 except one player. But the guys that need to go rebound, they go rebound it.
As you talked about the casual approach your team took tonight, is there anything you could see from them the days leading up to this, that in their approach?
Well, I see it every day. That's why I have to try to be on them every day because they don't get it. You know, they think they're going to, you know, if you're not getting better, you're getting worse. And the only way you're going to get better is by doing it in practice every day. And we got guys that, you know, we got guys that think if they come in the gym on their own a little bit extra, that's going to help them get better. But they don't understand between the lines is when you got to play. And I'd rather them not come to the gym and play as hard as they can. We didn't play as hard as we can play tonight. And it's casual, immature, ego, if you put any word you want to put on it. No, I watch it every day because you guys watch us practice. I mean, you guys see me every day. I'm having to get on something about the smallest details because they're not mentally tough enough to keep doing it, but it's my job, and I'm going to keep getting on them about it. But at some point in time, you'd like to see them say, hey, this is important right now because if we don't keep getting better, we're going to get the kind of results we got tonight.
Rick, you've been doing this a while. When you see a team that, even when this team's won some big games, you said they're not playing as well as they should be playing, there's things they're not doing. How much do you kind of, you know, look at yourself in the way that you come at them, and do you have to think, am I getting the best I can out of these guys? Or as a coach, what's the thought process with kind of dealing with the team that you
Well, after watching tonight, I think I better get after them more. That's all they got, because that's who I think they are. That's who I think they are, if somebody doesn't get after them. Because, again, that's why I keep throwing the word ego, this or that. If I don't get after them, I think that's who they would be. And so I look at myself like I would after every game, thinking, well, maybe I need to turn it up even more. Because, you know, it's funny after game, you're in the locker room with those guys, now they want to talk about it. You know, about what they need to do, should have done this or that. But that's a typical immature team. They don't, after the fact, it's easy to say when they're in there talking to themselves, we should have done this, we should have done that, all this. All that stuff should happen before the game. When the game's over with, it shouldn't be, you know, you got to do your job, all this and all that. And that goes back to immaturity. But the good thing about it, at least they act like they were upset at the end of the game. So I know that some of them did. Because some of them will say, well, it's one of those games, we've got to let it go. And here's all I can tell you is that you do have to get better from every game. The Arkansas game, you got to get better. This game, you got to get better. But if it's real casual to you, it's not a good sign. If you can drop it just like that, I don't think it's a real good sign. I think it's got to really eat away at you. And also, you got to think about where we are and what we've done and what we want to do, and we're not there. But we got some guys on the team that we count on that I don't think they have it figured out at all, but they think they do, and that's a problem.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay.
Thank you.